Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a new map. Right, so this is East Vineland, New Jersey, USA. This is by MacTrucker921, 298.65 megabyte on the download. And it says this is a map of East Vineland, New Jersey in the USA. The map was created from the area of my hometown, and the map area was created with actual satellite photos. The Vineland is in the southern area of New Jersey and is a very rural farm town. Most of the area of the city is farmlands and forests. Fields, trees and houses are as close as where they are in real life as you could make it, but of course the added productions and the in-game sound points that do not actually exist there for gameplay, which is great. I like it when they do maps that are actually real places. We've had some crackers in the past, so this is going to be hopefully along the same lines as that. Now what are we talking about from a slot count perspective? If you come on here on Farm Manager and start from scratch, you'll use 866 slots. You come on New Farmer, you're going to use 1043. Now the difference is obviously it's going to be the buildings. Now all the buildings on the farm, on the start farm that we've got here, and also over the road for another part of the area that you own, there's no buildings there, so just bear that in mind. But the good thing is that as we go around, we'll see the different stuff you get on New Farmer. All the buildings are in the options menu, so you may not start with them, but they're there anyway. I know we've had some maps in the past that if you sell the original one, that say like you sell a cow barn that's got like extra capacity in, it's not there to re-buy, you're going to lose out on it. But with this one, no, they're in the options menu. So if we go into the shop menu like that, we'll come down to the owned items. So we got under large tractors, we got the Case Magnum 340 CVX drive. Under cultivators, we got the Lemkin Smaragd 9500K modded. Under seeders, we got the Lemkin Solitaire 12. Under fertilizer spreaders, we got the Amazon ZA-TS 3200 modded. And then under balers, we got the Pottinger Impress 185 VC Pro modded as well. So that's the equipment that you start with. Now if you come onto the map section, this is your PDA. We'll click on that. Obviously you don't own any land whatsoever when you start with, but if you come on New Farmer, you own all the bits that are highlighted. So you've got the main farm area here, you've got your main sleep trigger there, and then field 8 and 9. Now the best thing is, if you click on these, you can buy these for $0. I mean, the main bit there is 130 grand for your main area where your house is, and then there's 423 for where you've got your buildings, and then obviously the fields individually. But all these bits where you got the production chains on or sell points, they're all free, so you might as well just go buy them anyway. Now talking about a field price perspective, most expensive is going to be field 113. It's going to cost you 1.1 million. Now the cheapest is going to be field 40. Now where was that? Oh, here it is. There we are. 51 grand. Well, say 52 grand. Now what it does say on a website is that the field prices and land prices is based on an average for the area, and also areas that have got houses on are going to be more expensive than areas that are underdeveloped. So if you got like this area down here, so say field 33 there, it's 197 grand. Then move over to this area here, it's 160. It's smaller, but it's got a house on. So if you've got a building already on it, obviously it's going to be more expensive, just like it would do in real life, which is fair enough. Now if we come down to the shop menu whilst we're in here, now we're all good for selling stuff apart from one thing, which is a strange one, because we'll come down to it and it's chocolate. I mean everywhere sells chocolate, so why can't you sell that anywhere else? I mean, apart from that, all the other things, you got the usual shenanigans, you know, seeds and fertilizer you can't sell, but yeah, chocolate. Okay, and we'll carry on going down because there is two things at the bottom there. Two, I'm going to say new crops. Maybe they're not, because it's actually part of the extended grain mill. You can have cracked corn and cornmeal. Now they are going to become very apparent very shortly, so keep an eye out for that. So you start your map tour off here. So we're up right there. Obviously New Farmer, you get your sleep trigger. So up there, sleep through the night. Then we'll come down here and we've got a little building there, and we've got a chicken coop. But there's no icons here for you. That's because with all the animal pens you need to buy the land as well. So if we go into that there, we'll zoom in, click on that. It's going to cost us 45 grand. So yes. And there's our icons. So obviously your animal dialogue box there. It's going to hold 500 chickens. You then got your loading in point for your feed. And then you got your egg pallet spawn point there. Now what is also interesting there is there's a few more options for you to load into your chicken coop. So if we bang a chicken in, we'll just do the one like that. Yes. And we'll go down into the animal menus now. Now we've got one in. So chickens, they can use, which is ace, quite a few different things. Obviously you got your base food, you got your grains, and then you got your sunflowers. So if you're coming over to that, obviously you got your wheat, you got your sorghum, barley, is it cracked corn, oats, and sunflowers for your chickens. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting indeed. Obviously you can use different things. When you go back into that menu, you need to have the different variants going in just to make sure that you're getting the right lot, which is ace. Oh, I do like that. Right, so that's your chickens. So we'll come straight over the road down here a little onto the next area. Watch out for traffic. Oh, there you are. There's a van. Dear, oh dear. Come over here. Obviously we've got this building here. This is a cow barn, but again we don't own it, so you are going to have to buy the land. So we'll go back into there, we'll click on that. So that's going to cost you 291 grand. Oh, and I haven't got enough cash. Right, hold a minute, let me sort some cash out and I'll be back. Right, I got myself some more cash, so we're now going to buy it. So there you are, 291 grand. Buy that, thank you very much. And that's where your cow triggers come up. So obviously you take your slurry out of there. We'll go and open this door. Load your stuff into there for feeding and for your straw. We'll come down this end, open that up. Then round to the right is your animal dialogue box. So that's going to hold 250. That's a standard base game one, so that's had an upgrade, shall we say. They normally have 80 in that, so that's 250, which is great. And come over here, take your milk out. And then just over the road there is your manure heap with a little shed lean-to next to it. Very nice. So then we'll come back down. I'll little skip over this field as well. So this is going to be your main area where you have all your buildings and equipment. You do own this on New Farmer. Obviously if you come on Farm Manager and start from scratch, none of the buildings are here. We're going to take a quick little detour up here because there's another animal pasture here. See the icon already for your manure heap. So this is going to be a pigsty. So again, we'll go in and we'll click on that. We'll buy the pigsty. Yes, 101 grand. Thank you very much. Obviously your food goes in there. Your animal dialogue box there. 350 pigs going in. Very nice. It should be down the other end. Slowly taking out point. Right there. Okay. Then we'll come back over to our main farm area. So we got a big barn on the left hand side. So if you played on Elm Creek, you should be familiar with that. There is no basement to it, mind you, but apart from that, very nice. We'll back over here. Another barn from Elm Creek. This has got the workshop inside, so obviously pull your vehicle or your equipment in, hit the spanner, fix it all up. And we'll spin round there. Got another lean-to with a bit of equipment underneath. Then up here, got a fuel tank, fuel station, whatever you want to call it. 69. It's actually a worker. Yes, it is. It is a working one. 69. Buy that every day, no problem. And next to that, we got a buy point. So this is going to be for, click on that, lime, seeds and fertilizer. And over here you've got a silo, and this is a multi-fruit silo. And what they've also done with this is they've changed a couple of things, and in particular grapes. Grapes have now been added to the bulk category, so you can use grapes with any trailer like you would do normally, which is ace. You haven't got to go and get, I want to put my teeth in, a specific trailer for it, which is brilliant. You come over here, you got a storage tank for your slurry, load in, load out at the same point. Although I can only imagine if we had smell-o-vision on TVs, that would absolutely stink right now. We'll move on. We'll come round here. Got another little lean-to there with your seed underneath. And then we'll come down this bit to the last area. This is going to be your sheep barn. And once again, no triggers because you're going to have to buy the land. So we'll click on that. Buy the sheep, 190 grand. Yep. There you are. So then obviously your food in the front there. Your animal dialogue box there is going to hold 500 sheep. And then you'll come down this end for your wool pallet spawn point. Now, what it does say about the animals, and in particular the cow barn and the sheep barn, is they now accept bales. So you can just put your bales there by the trigger where you normally put your food on, and it would just take it when it needs it. That's, hey, you could stack up a load of bales here, and the same over there for the cows. Well, you'd have to do straw, so you can't really bale anything else for them, mind you, but you could stack it up and then just, it'll use it when it needs to. That is nice. Oh, I do like that. And whilst we're talking about straw as well for your animals, you can now get straw from canola and soybeans. They've modded it so the canola and soybeans will give you a straw swath. Oh, that's nice. I do like that. Brilliant. Right, we're now going to leave our farm area and we're going to come right up the top here. So this is going to be our first area. We've got a couple of sell points, a buy point and a production chain. So we've got the first sell point is here. So this one, let's click on that. We'll zoom in a little. That one's going to be called Farm Shop North. Obviously load your stuff in there. Your production chain is the debris crusher, but it's the one where you get the lime out. So we'll click on that. Obviously it's going to cost you 10 grand to buy. So we'll buy it anyway whilst we're here. There you are. 500 stone in, 400 lime out, which is a fairly decent ratio. Obviously you load it in the front or the top, then you take out the spout. Then next to that we've got a sell point. So this one, we go back up to the map then, like that. We'll zoom in. So this one is going to be called Farm Shop North Bales. So sell your bales there. And then around the corner here there's another buy point for you. Click on that. Lime seeds and fertilizer. And what we need to do is to wait, you can see it there, see it through the fence. That's a solar farm, and what you can do is you can buy that. We'll go into the flight menu so we can just hop over the fence. That'd make it a lot easier. There you are, solar farm. You can buy this area. So if you buy it, it's going to give, according to the website, 3 grand a month, and you can also sell the solar farm off if you want to and use the area. Obviously you do need to buy the land first before you can sell it off, but that's nice. You can buy that area and get yourself a regular income. Oh, I like that. Right, we're now going to move on over to this area up here. So this is going to be another sell point for you. So this is going to be called Grain Sell Point North. Obviously load all your stuff into the grate there for you. Then we'll come over to this one here. So this is going to be your cereal factory. So obviously you load your stuff in there. Pallet spawn point there, and then production chain menu there. So it's going to cost you 110 grand. And then we're going to come over to this one here. So this is going to be your animal dealer. So obviously you pull your vehicle into the hatch marking area. You'll notice there's no icon for it, but if you come into the hatch marking area, you then get the option there. Very nice. Then we're going to come all the way down and over a little bit to this one here. So this is going to be your tailor shop. So your production chain menu there, 100 grand to buy, loading your stuff there, and you got your wardrobe icon there, and down this side is your pallet spawn point. And then we're going to come down to this area here. This is another sell point for you. So this is going to be your supermarket. Then we'll come down and over out onto the main road with a little run down here. So this is going to be, I imagine it's called a restaurant. We'll click on that. Oh, pizzeria for that one. Fair enough. Then you come to your sell point there. And then next door to that, you've got a BGA. Now, if you come on New Farmer, you own it already, which is nice. But then you only need to pay 0 for it anyway. So if you come on any of the other game modes, it's not going to cost you anything, which is ace. So you've got 2 massive bunker silos. Are they bunker silos? Yeah, they are. Look how big they are. They're massive. That is brilliant. Then we'll turn around here. Obviously, you got your loading in point for your solid stuff. Your production chain menu there, if you want to go into it that way. And then your loading in point for your slurry. Your taking out point for your digestate there. And that's an extension tank, so there should be another taking out point there. Very nice. Then we're going to come back out the main road and just down and right a little. Well, there's the gate over there. Get yourself lost. It's quite a big area, this is. So I'll have a little run down this grass path. Watching out for traffic. Because obviously, you know, they're crazy drivers, they are. All of them. Regardless of what map you're on, they all seem to be crazy. So this is going to be your carpentry. So obviously your production chain menu there on the corner. 60 grand. Then you'll pull your vehicle or trailer in there. And then hit your salwood icon. Then come down this side to your pallet spawn point. Then we'll go back up to the map because we're now going to come over to this area here. So this is going to be your oil mill. So your production chain menu there. So we'll click on that. There you are. 80 grand to buy. You then got your loading in point there and your pallet spawn point there. And we'll come over the road. Got your farmer's market up here. There's the icon. Right in the corner. So sell your stuff into that area there. Then we're going to come down to this one. So this is going to be your spinnery. So obviously, pallet spawn point there. Load your stuff in there. And they've got the production menu icon there rather than down the other side. Because it's right up against the fence. Although you probably could have got it in there anyway. But, well, fair enough. All in one area. 60 grand. Then we're going to come over down to this one. So this is going to be a cell point. The biomass heating plant. So obviously load your stuff in there. Hit your cell icon there. And then behind us there is your wood chip taking out point. Because this is actually the sawmill. So we'll come over here. Here's your production chain menu. 100 grand to buy. Then around here, you'll load your stuff in there, hit the sour wood icon, there's your pallet spawn point there. And then we're going to come down to this one here. So this is going to be your grape factory. So your production chain menu there. There we are, 80 grand. Pallet spawn point there. And then there's your loading in point there. We'll move over to this one here. So this is going to be your dairy. So you load your stuff in there. Come down the side, you got your pallet spawn point there, and then round onto the corner is your production chain menu. 70 grand. Then we're going to come over to this one here. So this is going to be another sell point, so another supermarket. Oh, is that called supermarket as well? How do you differentiate? Yeah, it's called supermarket. That's like the second one. How do you tell the difference between the two? Alright, we'll carry on. So we're going to come down to this area here. So first up, we got your main shop menu right there. Then got another diesel point for you. Again, 69. Nice. Then you got your workshop icon there. Obviously, pull your vehicle in, hit the spanner. And then we'll come out of there. Where's the gate? Where's the gate? All the way around. Is that gate there? Open gate. Oh, there you are. Right. Back down here. Down the road. Because next to this is the grain mill. And this is one that's going to have the extra products in it for doing your chickens. So obviously you'll load your stuff in there, your pallet spawn point there. And we'll click on that. So that's going to cost us 96 grand. We'll buy that anyway. Because on there, you got there, corn meal, cracked corn. So obviously the cracked corn is going to be needed for your chickens. So that's going to take 20 corn and give you 25 cracked corn. So you're going to need the grain mill, or grain mill plus as it's properly titled, do your chickens. Very nice. Right, so we'll go back up to the map because we're now going to move down to this area here. So this is going to be your bakery. So obviously load your stuff in there, pallet spawn point there. Then we'll come around this side. There's your production chain menu. 50 grand. Then we're going to hop over this field because there is a water point here. can just back your trailer into it. We'll click it on the map anyway. There it is, pond water fill. Just remember the name of it. Now there is one thing about it which looks a little strange to me. And when you first look at it, it's got like a texture, like a dried out waterbed sort of thing, which you think, oh, fair enough, that looks alright actually. But then when you go into it, you bounce up and down like you're in the water, but it's the textures, yeah, well, we'll leave it at that, because you can come and get your water from it, not a problem. It just looks a bit strange. Okay, we're now going to move over to this bit here. So this is going to be another sell point for you, so load your stuff into that grate there, and that's going to be called Grain Sell Point South, and we'll come out of that and we're down the road. You see all these houses down here. If you come on Farm Manager or Start From Scratch, you could easily buy one of these pieces of land and put a sleep sugar down, not a problem. So this is going to be your sugar mill. Production chain menu there, 80 grand. Pallet spawn point there, and then around the back is your loading in point. We're now going to move over to the last area over here. This will be a couple more sell points here. So this is farm shop, so you load your stuff into there. You've also got one sell point there, which according to the naming on there is Farm Shop South Bales, and then the grate is itself Farm Shop South, and then over here we've got a buy point. So this one is going to be, I'd imagine, the same as the others, lime seeds and fertilizer. Fair enough. And we'll come out of there, we'll turn right, and this looks like it's going to be the restaurant. We'll go down the path rather than walking on the grass, because you know, you got to keep off the grass, you got to look after it. So this is going to be another sell point for you. Now, well, this is going to be called Fast Food Restaurant. There you are. Very nice. Right, so we'll go into there. We'll have a little flyover to finish off, because we see how nice and big and open it is. So this is definitely going to be one for your bigger equipment, because yeah, there's a few trees dotted around and probably is a little bit of forestry for you to be getting on with, but it's nice and big and open, so you're going to be using big equipment. You shouldn't really have that much of a problem, which is great. And the best thing is, obviously you've got pretty much all the production chains there ready for you to go, so you're not really going to need to place anything down. I do like that. Yeah, this map is very nice. Right, so that's your map tour done for you. Drop it in the comments below. What are you thinking of doing on here? Are you just going to smash out the farm work? Are you going to take up the options of having the animals buying the farm for you? Or are you going to knock out some trees? We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.